Welcome back to Mr. Super Oz. This is week 3 of the Wednesday Night Wrestling Remix. So, we're 2 down, plenty more to go, but let's talk about why we're really here. Mr. Super Oz, the YouTube channel exists so that people know that I wrote a 68-page graphic novel, Everlasting Survivors, all day long. There are 2 covers available at Etsy.com. They are first printings. Once they're gone, they're done. They'll never be made again. After the open, Josiah's here. We're talking WCW. More importantly, we're talking Bash at the Beach, 1996. I can wait till next week for that. Oh, we're back again for our trip down WCW memory lane. And tonight is the night. Tonight is the biggest, one of the biggest nights in World Championship Wrestling history. For weeks now, we've had the outsiders of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Hall came in through the crowd. Nash was there at the announce table. They jackknife Eric off the stage. Tonight, NWO says, we're going to bring our 3 best, you bring your 3 best, and WCW brings to the table. Oh, wait, we're not doing my booking yet. We got to wait for me. Sorry, I got really excited. I was so ready.
Yeah, I wonder why he's so excited. What could have possibly happened on this night?
So, let's figure out what actually happened at Bash at the Beach, 1996.
Well, we start off with a real exciting match. We got my guy, Rey Mysterio Jr., defeating Psychosis.
Oh, great.
In a
ECW
15-minute classic.
Yeah.
You said ECW
Oh, it's true, because
yeah,
ECW is where they can't...
That is very accurate. I completely forgot about that. But yes, they had another classic match here. They had the Carson City Silver Dollar match, which I completely forgot about, between John Tenta and Big Bubba. John Tenta wins. We're just going to go ahead and speed right past that.
Do that.
They had a Lord of the Ring tape fist match, which I completely forgot about too. DDP defeated Jim Duggan on this one.
Cool. Way to go, DDP.
Yep. Nice 5-minute, nice and quick. Still don't know what the difference between a tape fist match and a regular match is, but alright.
There isn't any.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah, because...
I was just making sure I wasn't.
How many guys tape their fists in matches? Lots
All
of them. Yeah, lots of them.
All of them. I literally, there's probably like
Hey,
2
me!
guys.
I'm doing it right there in that painting.
There you go. Let's see. Double dog collar chain. Oh, okay. I'm following.
Because it's a tag team.
Yeah, tag team match. All right. You got the Nasty Boys defeating the Public Enemy. Sure, it was very interesting watching that match.
I really liked Public Enemy growing up.
There you go. You really like Public Enemy.
Yeah, sure.
I was about to say someone had to. That's why they were still in play.
Yeah.
Then you got the Cruiserweight title match, which I'm sure was great. Because it was Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko wrestled. That's all you need to know.
I guess who he wrestled?
I guess Disco Inferno was there.
Oh, okay. Well, I trust you, Dean.
I'm sure Dean made that match look a lot better than it was. Then you got a random singles match in here with Steve McMichael, and of course Deborah's there too, defeating Joe Gomez, who I do not remember.
He was a jobber.
Thank you. All right, that makes a lot more sense. I'm like,
so if you remember in the last episode last week, Mongo was teaming with Kevin Green, so this is just Mongo actually being a wrestler, not just a football guy.
He wants to be an athlete.
Exactly. Well,
a
non-football.
different type of athlete.
Exactly.
He doesn't want as many concussions, so he decided to get other concussions. Next up, you got the U.S. title match, which okay, yep, I completely forgot about this. So it turns out Ric Flair defeated Conan. Of course, he had Miss Elizabeth and Woman on his side when he did so.
Woo!
But big title change there.
Woo!
Woo!
Much better.
And of course, Nature Boy does this little chest slap strut situation. Next up, you got the tag match. You got Kevin Sullivan and the Giant with Jimmy Hart, obviously, defeating Arn and Chris Benoit, who Chris was in the Four Horsemen.
You didn't own
Remember,
curses.
Whitewashed.
I know. That's why I said curses. Yes, my favorite iteration of the Four Horsemen, my hand taking that familiar cramp, was Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, the Loose Cannon Brian Pillman, and the Crippler Chris Benoit.
I didn't realize they were in
Of course not. They wiped that away. Wiped it away.
I gotta go look that up after this video.
It's so good. So good.
That just sounds great. I mean,
I create a new horseman in this world. I do.
Like a new iteration, like brand new.
No. Well, I mean, my fourth man is a different fourth man.
Ah.
Do you know when they do the whole Henning thing here in the future?
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Oh, so you skip that part. Well,
I have Henning join the NWO in a different way, and I put a different fourth man in the horseman. We'll get there when we get there.
All right. Sounds good. Well, last but not least, something happened. Something real crazy.
What is the big thing that went down?
Man, the biggest no contest in all of history. Everyone forgets it's a no contest.
Is it this?
Man. Well, let's find out. Because 6-man tag, you got the Outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. And the third man. Who could the third man be?
Who'd they take on?
They took on Lex Luger.
Mm-hmm.
Because, of course, Luger was there. Randy Savage.
Macho Man.
And the not quite icon yet, but still great, Sting!
Yes. So, I'm so glad that we've got it out. We've got it knocked out. We got it figured out because mine is different. In my world, the idea is the same. The Outsiders, Hall and Nash, say we bring our three best, you bring your three best. But because of my booking and my planning ahead and setting up real groundwork, WCW is represented by three. Now, hold your breath. It's gonna knock you down. 3 WCW wrestlers: Booker T, Diamond Dallas Page, and Sting.
Wow.
Because
3 great wrestlers. That's crazy.
Well, not only that, but my complaint with this match is who that is defending WCW in the real world. Who among them didn't join the NWO? Spoiler alert, none of them. They all joined the NWO. Not in my world, nobody. Diamond Dallas Page never joins. Booker T never joins. And Sting never joins the NWO.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
So, that is the big change to the event. Make it make sense. As I put here, Booker T can play the role of Luger and have the mid-match carted off. That way it's 2-on-2, DDP and Sting versus Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And Sting can play the role of Randy Savage in the finish and take the big leg drop. He can be the guy in the ring when the Outsiders powder and Hogan drops the leg. Because
walking out, Heenan's asking, but whose side is he on?
Exactly. But in defense of Heenan, he was always anti-Hogan.
I was about to say, no, it made perfect sense.
Absolutely. Because some people will say, oh, he gave it away.
Oh, he gave it away. He spoiled the idea.
Heenan
First of all, crowd didn't hear him, so it didn't matter.
Exactly.
Second of all,
Heenan was always anti-Hogan, so it makes sense.
Hated his guts.
So now that we're past that, the main event, the big change that I make,
drum roll,
post-match or post-night, is we only have 3 members join the New World Order in the next few weeks. We have Trillionaire Ted with Bodyguard Vincent, and then the 6th man is 6. Makes sense.
Can't believe it. It makes too much sense.
And so we do not have any additional members. No bloat, no giant, no fake Sting. None of this bloated bullcrap happens. Not at Hog Wild, not at Fall Brawl, and not at Halloween Havoc. We just have 6 members to the New World Order that make good common sense because they are all outsiders. They are all New Yorkers.
Get the joke there.
Yes.
Outsiders.
All right. So, I talked about it. Tell me what happens at Hog Wild 1996, good sir.
I will always say it's a fucking stupid name for a pay-per-view. I get the
do you
joke
know
with the
where it comes
motorcycles.
from? Oh, okay. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's because Eric Bischoff was a big
motorcycle fan.
And thus...
And I can respect that, but that doesn't make this any less of a stupid name for a pay-per-view.
Well, and the weird thing is, it's a one and done because Hog is copyrighted by Harley Davidson.
Really?
And they said, no, we want that. They said, you can't use our thing. That's why it changed to Road Wild immediately. The next year it's Road Wild, and from there on out it's Road Wild.
That is crazy.
Because Harley Davidson owns Hog.
Huh. Learn Learn something new every day,
Yeah.
folks. I genuinely didn't know that.
But yeah, so the one and only Hog Wild, what happened in 1996?
Well, they started off real hot. Cruiserweight title match. My guy, Rey Mysterio Jr., defeats the Ultimate Dragon. Love Ultimate Dragon. Of course, with Sonny Ono, because he came with.
That's what he does,
Yeah, he was there for pretty much any Japanese wrestler. And then let's see, singles match. Yeah, it's Scott Norton defeating Ice Train. The death of Fire and Ice. I'm sure everyone was heartbroken.
I actually was sad. I love that tag team.
Fair enough. I don't remember them.
They were big time on Saturday night and main event. They were like they were the precursors to High Voltage, Raging Chaos, which again was another Saturday night and main event team. Disorderly Conduct. They had tons of tag teams on the C list shows that I loved when I was growing up because I didn't know any better. Men at Work, all these gimmicks that I didn't know they were bad. I thought the wrestlers wrestling.
Fair enough. Hey, maybe I'll look back. Maybe I've judged them too harshly.
So
despite not
if you watch Saturday Night or no Worldwide, that's what I was gonna say. If you want, I wish it was on the network right now or Peacock as it's called, but if you
semantics.
Worldwide does not exist according to WWE, but I love that show growing up. They had that beautiful panning shot showing the water tower with Mickey Mouse ears, and I was just like, man, that felt big time.
That sounds cool.
And it was filmed at one of their sound stages down there, so I was like, I thought it was a big deal. It reminded me a lot of like the ABC programming I would watch, TGIF stuff. Because you'd see the Mickey Mouse ears and stuff, and it was
automatically it feels massive.
Yeah, it felt like a big deal, and it had that really cool rotating ring, a platform.
Okay, the rotating ring I do remember because I've seen it.
That was Worldwide.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and that like I said, that's where I saw Fire and Ice and all those cool, or in my mind, cool tag teams.
Got it.
In WCW's mind, they were the C-list guys.
Oh man! All right, let me refine my place here. Loser smashes opponent's bike match. So apparently Medusa defeated Bull Nakano in 5 minutes.
Yeah, Bull Nakano was really great. She had a run in.
Trust me, I know. I've seen her.
But the weird part is, Sturgis was a bad place to do a wrestling show.
Yeah, that's very accurate. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. Sonny Ono was with Bull Nakano.
No way.
Yeah, I know. I was shocked too when I read
it. A Japanese wrestler with Sonny Ono.
Couldn't believe it, I tell you. All right, next you got Benoit with Elizabeth and Woman.
Because of the Four
Horsemen.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And I was just fixated on the woman part for obvious reasons.
Yes.
He defeated Dean Malenko in a 26-minute match, which I'm sure was amazing.
Again, I hate to say this, but ECW classic right there.
All him knew what he was doing.
Yes. And Eric Bischoff knew what he was doing and ripping up Paul Heyman, too.
Hey, listen. If it works, it works. Let's see. Next up, you got your WCW World Tag Team title match. Harlem Heat with Colonel Robert Parker and Sister Sherry. And they defeated the Steiner Brothers, and I'm sure it was actually a pretty solid match.
Absolutely. Great competitors all.
Yeah, good back and forth. Let's see. Next, you got your U.S. Heavyweight title match. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, obviously with Elizabeth and Woman again. Defeating my man, Eddie Guerrero. And 14 minutes. Man, the matches on here were long.
But again, the problem wasn't the matches, it was the crowd. Sturgis didn't care. It was just rev, bullcrap.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure the matches were solid.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I bet if I turned off the sound, I'm sure it was incredible. Let's see. Next up, big tag match. You got the Outsiders defeating Luger and Sting. I'm sure the rage was overflowing. I can't believe people thought, oh my God, Luger lost. What do we do?
I keep forgetting you don't like Lex Luger.
I don't. Not a fan. And then last but not least, of course, Hogan's in the world title match. He defeated the Giant. Big title change.
All right. So, the only thing I'm changing, as much as I'd like to change the location, I forbid myself from doing that. Things have to happen where they happen, given the confines of the rules.
Fair enough.
But the only thing I'm changing is Lex Luger gets jumped before his tag team match. It'll make you happy because he's not there for the match.
That's the best part.
Sting.
Wait, so I have to watch Sting wrestle? Darn.
Sting
I'll find a way to last.
Sting wrestles both of the Outsiders by himself,
making him the biggest babyface on the planet.
But again. So Vincent, DiBiase and Six jump Luger pre-match, so he's not out there. Other than that, I keep everything the same. Hogan has to win Big Gold because this is where he defaces it and becomes the ultimate villain. But exactly.
Yep.
So
sadly, you just don't touch.
Yeah, sadly, you have to keep that because it's so dastardly that it's good.
Yep.
Moving on.
It's probably the only time I can improve a Hogan title win.
Fall Brawl, September 15th of 1996.
First match, we open up with Diamond Dallas Page defeating Chavo Guerrero.
Ooh, Chavo.
Right before he had that theme song.
That's a good little while. That was his WWE version.
Yeah. Yeah, what was that like? That was his... Was that his second WWE theme song?
Yeah, I mean, it's
because he came out with Eddie for the majority of it for the first half.
Exactly, yeah.
And then, I don't think he got that theme until Eddie passed.
No, he had it. He had it when they were... after Los Guerreros broke up. But anyway, yeah. Match number 2, what we got?
Match number 2, big submission match. Ice Train with Teddy Long defeated Scott Norton.
Two of my faves.
Yep. Classic 50-50 booking. Let's see. Singles match, you got Conan defeating Guerrero. Sorry, Conan came out with Jimmy Hart.
Yep.
Who the hell was Jimmy Hart managing?
So he had a hodgepodge group called The First Family. It came after the Dungeon. It was basically just Hogan said, "Hey, make Jimmy happy," and they let him do whatever he wanted. And he had a stupid group of people that didn't make sense together.
Well, it's nice to have friends in high places.
Correct, it sure is.
Let's see. Next up, Benoit defeated Jericho in what I'm sure was a classic 14-minute match.
Dude, they've had so many good matches. So many good
matches.
Next up,
actually, I think the first Benoit match I ever saw was a Jericho match.
Probably so, yeah.
Because they wrestle all the time. A few more matches here. So we got WCW Cruiserweight title match. You got my boy Ray defeating Super
Callow. If you've noticed, I know all the matches that he's saying because I don't change a thing about this show until we get to the main event.
Beautiful. Well, let's inch closer and closer, shall we?
Yeah, match number 6, Harlem Heat versus the Nasty Boys. Who went over?
Harlem Heat, obviously.
The team that should have went over.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think
number 7,
up, Giant and Savage. Giant goes over.
Yes, and now it is time for Fall Brawl War Games.
And of course, the War Games match had to include the NWO, had to include Team WCW.
Yes.
I'll run down real quick who's who.
Yes.
So of course you got Hollywood Hogan, you got Kevin Nash, you got Scott Hall, you got Fake Sting.
Hey! It's Sting! It's Sting! They believe it. They
did. And of course, they came out with DiBiase. And then Team WCW, you had Arn Anderson, you had Luger, you had the Nature Boy, Ric Flair,
and
Sting.
So,
real Sting.
The only difference. So the lineup remains the same. There's the mystery of whose side is Sting on in my world, right? But here's the big difference to my booking. When it comes to me making War Games make sense, we open up with Scott Hall and Arn Anderson. Up next, because the heels always get the advantage, comes in Kevin Nash.
Make any sense otherwise.
Ric Flair comes in to even the odds. Then Hogan is in. And as it's time for the babyface side to there's a commotion in the back, and Sting is standing over Lex Luger. He's down again 2 pay-per-views in a row. What's going on here? But as Sting is checking on Luger, he's now having to fight off Six and DiBiase and Vincent. But the counter is now going again out at the ringside, and Sting comes out to help the NWO side. It's chaos. Nobody knows what's going on. But as is revealed, the fake Sting is working his way into the ring. That's when real Sting, or the person we know as Sting, or is really Sting, works his way to the crowd or out to the arena with DiBiase, Vincent, and Six. Fake Sting never gets in the ring. He fights real Sting with the other NWOites. And
I like that NWO.
And NWO go over with it being Hogan, Hall, and Nash taking out Arn and Flair because the other good guys never get in the ring.
Right. Cool with that.
This all will make sense next week when we go over a very important night in the WCW calendar, that being World War III. But before we get to World War III in November, let's go to October. Halloween Havoc.
Alright, let's run through this real quick. Dean Malenko versus Rey Mysterio Jr. Big title change. Dean Malenko takes it right back off my boy Ray Ray. Then next up, you got a singles match. You got DDP defeating Eddie Guerrero. I'm sure it was a great match.
Oh, love those guys.
Let's see. Next up, you got the Giant defeating Jeff Jarrett. Oh, yeah, he was there by that time.
Mm-hmm.
Jarrett came out with Flair. Obviously, the match ended in DQ because WCW. And let's see. Next up, singles match. Six defeats Chris Jericho in what I'm sure was another great match, even though it was only 10 minutes.
Yeah, but those are two great wrestlers right there.
Exactly. Very underappreciated, that Six. Wonder what happened to that guy. Let's see. Next up, you got the singles match. You got Luger defeating Arn Anderson. All right, next. Let's see. Tag match. You got Benoit and Steve McMichael with Deborah and Woman defeating the Faces of Fear. Oh, yeah, I forgot about them. Ming and Barbarian with Jimmy Hart. Man, Jimmy Hart really doesn't make any sense anymore. All right. And second to last but not least, you got the Outsiders defeating the Harlem Heat to win their first WCW World Tag Team Championship. And then finally, because you know who has to go on last, Hollywood Hogan defeats Ted DiBiase.
No, he's
with Ted DiBiase. Yes. Defeats Randy Savage. It's one of those days.
You're good. So here is my solution to what I consider a big problem. We all know, if you've watched WCW and the New World Order, Randy Savage joins the NWO. And another thing that I've been avoiding, in case you haven't noticed, is Lex Luger also joins the NWO. So my solution to this problem is, in the main event of Halloween Havoc, we have Randy Savage, we have Ric Flair, we have Lex Luger, and we have Hollywood Hulk Hogan. 3 WCW wrestlers, in WCW's mind, versus the one NWO champion. That way that they have better odds. But with it being WCW, they have to tag their way in, and it's one fall to a finish. So
it's one of those fatal.
And so we book it in such a smart way to where that Luger and Hogan don't touch, Savage and Luger and Hogan don't touch. It's they keep tagging out, and Flair has to basically carry the load. Hogan does retain because, again, what we're setting up for is the later reveal of who's joining the NWO. Because right now we're still keeping it at a good solid 6 members. Because, again, one of the big problems with the NWO was the big bloat and the things that didn't make sense. And so we
adding
close
half the WCW roster to the NWO.
Exactly. So we close out Halloween Havoc with Hogan on top, outsmarting the WCW folks because they're all trying to win the title, and he retains.
Got it. I'm assuming he pins Flair in your
Yeah,
world?
he has to pin Flair because, again, in the coming weeks we will reveal that Savage and Luger are actually
the 7th and 8th man, brother.
From up north, where everybody's invading from.
Yeah, I was following the train.
I was just putting it out there for anybody who needed it. But yeah, it was a fun trip, sir. Thank you again for playing the game.
Of course.
Before we get out of here, let's tell everybody why this channel exists. Mr. Super Oz is here to sell graphic novels. My 68-page graphic novel, Everlasting Survivors, all day long. Limited first printings, still available at Etsy.com. Link in the description. Come back next week for Wednesday Night Wrestling Remix. And we will open with, can you hand me that sheet over there? Because we need to tease this up. We need to tell them what we're starting with. We're starting with World War III. And as I entitled this, we're going to be revealing the truth of whose side are you on. So come back next week when we find out. Thanks. I've actually named every one of these episodes, just haven't really revealed it, but yeah, you can put it back. Thanks a lot. Josiah, thank you for being here. This is so fun. I love taking this trip with you.
Sam, I'm getting a kick out of this because it's stuff I haven't seen before, stuff I haven't heard of, stuff I forgot about.
One, that's the beautiful thing about, you don't need our help, Vince, but that's the beautiful thing about Peacock is you can go back and watch what actually happened while you imagine my world and how it should have played out.
Beautiful world we live in.
Bye.
Take care.